What's up? It's Ken the Human, and today I will be reviewing Travis Scott's new album, Rodeo. Jacques Webster, or Travis Scott, is a rapper slash producer from Houston, Texas. He was an in-house producer for Kanye West's label, Good Music, and he did some work on the label's debut compilation album, Cruel Summer, which I found really entertaining. And recently Kanye West's Yeezus. He is now signed with T.I.'s label Grand Hustle, and after releasing 2 mixtapes, he finally drops his debut album. The album features guest appearances by Quavo of Migos, Schoolboy Q, 2 Chainz, Juicy J, The Weeknd, Sway Lee of Ray Shremmerd, Chief Keef, Justin Bieber, Young Thug, Toro y Moi, and Kanye West, as well as additional production from a few high-profile producers like Mike Dean, Terrence Martin, and Pharrell, just to name a few. The non-deluxe version of this album is 14 tracks, an hour and 5 minutes long, and the deluxe version has 2 extra songs on it. But going into this album, I haven't had much experience with Travis Scott's past work. I've heard him rap a few times on a few guest verses, and I've heard some of his production on past collaborations. But going into this album, I didn't have a lot of experience with Travis Scott. The opening track, Pornography, opens as this slow, drugged out, kind of wavy track with T.I. doing some voiceover talking about rising up and following your dreams. And the heavy synths in this track, it really gives it like a really dark and rugged feel. Then it goes straight into probably my favorite track on this whole album, Oh My This Side. On this track, Travis Scott's doing his rap singing, and like it's kind of slurred and wavy and slow, but like it's over this really nice head bobbing trap beat with this nice bass line. It's so hypnotic. And the hook is really, really catchy, but like lyrically, there's nothing else to really find in this track. But then it starts to sprinkle in the second half of the song, which starts off sounding like Future's Rich Sex from Dirty Sprite 2. But then it turns into this old school R&B type of beat, kind of like what Drake did on How About Now. It's like really similar to that, which I really like how some rappers these days are mixing in some old school R&B stuff with their music. And I hope like more artists keep doing that. And again, the hook is really catchy, which is maybe a running theme throughout this whole album, like catchy hooks. And this time you kind of see Travis Scott going more into his personal life with his lyrics. He gives a few personal lines about coming up in the hood and living that kind of lifestyle. And as the beat goes on, it gets even more enticing by incorporating new elements and giving it a more diverse sound. And it really keeps the song interesting all the way towards the end, where it ends off with this soft piano melody. Next, we get into the first single on the album, 3500, where the buzzing synths come in on this song, and which I love throughout this whole album. Combined with Travis Scott's production style, it kind of sounded like something that would have been on Kanye's 808s and Heartbreak, just darker and heavier. 2 Chainz makes a guest appearance on this track, combining it with his simplistic style of rhyming and rapping, which I always enjoy. Like, 2 Chainz is one of my guilty pleasure rappers. I love his stuff. But I didn't like how similar Travis and Future sounded on this track. I really couldn't tell them apart on the first few listens. And towards the end of this track, it kind of fizzles out in kind of a slow, muffled way, which I felt like probably could have been done a little better. Another song I really enjoyed on this album was 90210. I liked how the rock guitar gave it a really nice edge over the harp-like notes and Casey Hill's beautiful, smooth singing. And Travis Scott's vocals in the background actually gave it a bit more atmosphere, and it was really nice, a nice addition to the song. Then the second half of this song comes in with a more upbeat sound, with a bass line that kind of sounds like something that would be in a Temptation song, along with the piano. And I like the guitar in this part too. Like, it really added a nice flavor to it. The most unique song on this whole album, I have to say, is Flying High. Pharrell's production on this track is beautiful and perfect, and Toro y Moi's vocals on this track really goes with it really well. The hook is really catchy. It really sticks in your head after you listen to it just once. Like, you'll be singing it all day. and it rounds off with this beautiful string section at the end. And I'm really glad this track was on this album. Apple Pie was a highly stylized song on this album, and I feel like it was the perfect end to the whole thing. It really showcased the whole style or mindset that Travis Scott was going for in this album, and it was a really nice end to the non-deluxe version. A few songs I didn't enjoy on this album were Nightcrawler. I feel like that song didn't really stand out. It was just kept in to add more link to the album. It was really like synonymous with the whole thing, and it really didn't stand out at all. And on the song, I Can Tell, the hook was really catchy, but it was too repetitive for me, and I feel like it was kind of undercooked. Like, it wasn't done to its full potential. I feel like there was a lot of potential with that song. I love the tone of it, the atmosphere, but I feel like it wasn't enough done to it. And the worst song on this whole album, in my opinion, is Piss on Your Grave featuring Kanye. I love Kanye to death, one of my favorite rappers, but I hate it when he tries to throw us these whack verses and these lame hooks and think we'll be okay with it, and I'm not. The song is already short, but I feel like it should have been a lot shorter, and it should have just been turned into an interlude with the Western kind of sound. I also didn't enjoy the second single, Antidote, on this album. It felt like something that should have been on Ray Shrimmer's last album, Shrimp Life. It didn't fit this album at all, in my opinion. Overall, this album is definitely whip-worthy. It has some strong features, strong production. It even has a nice little rap verse from Justin Bieber on Maria, I'm Drunk. And Young Thug also did pretty good on that song too. And this album, it really builds on the popularized style of rap singing from artists like Future, Rich Homie Quan, and Young Thug. And it really gives it an artsy feel. I'm going to have to give this one a 7 out of 10. It kind of reminded me of 808s and Heartbreak, but like more of a dark and trap version of it. And it's not much to look for lyrically, but it still was very enjoyable, and I do recommend it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this album, or what you thought about what I had to say about this album. And please subscribe to get my upcoming videos. I'm going to be doing more music reviews as well as movie reviews, and I'm going to be having political discussions and just discussions in general. So let me know what you think I should review next, or what I should talk about, and I'll see you guys later. Stay frosty.